Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I am back with the latest Spiderman 2 with the latest graphics card RTX 5080 paired with not so latest CPU called Ryzen 5600. Ryzen 5 that is. Ryzen 5600 is a pretty decent CPU, at least it was back then, and it was able to handle almost most of the game, but considering we are using it with a new graphics card, RTX 5080, it's not a question whether it's gonna bottleneck or not. The question is how much it's gonna bottleneck, because it should. I mean, we're playing a very latest game on RTX 5080. So, to test out the system, we're gonna first start with DLSS and DLAA turned off, 2K, 180Hz on maxed settings. And later on, we're gonna come back and use DLSS and DLAA turned on to see if it's gonna save me from buying a new CPU. So to get started, we're seeing that without DLAA and DLSS is getting about 50 frames per second. The maximum would be 55 frames per second. But if you're playing on a place that is like very power intensive, you can see that frame rate goes below 40, like 39. Sometimes it's 45. I'd say the average FPS is like 45. So let's keep playing. Now, if you are going to in a place that is not so intensive, it doesn't require much power, then you might get like 70 to 80 frames per second, but that's very rare because most of the time it's going to be around average 50 to 45. Later on, I'm going to go back to DLSS and DLAA, so keep watching the video. Moving on, you can see that without DLSS and DLAA, the CPU usage is like 80, 85, which is high, but I have also noticed that with DLSS and DLA on, the CPU usage is a little higher, but there isn't any stuttering like this. Another thing I noticed is that while playing it is stuttering, but after a while the game might crash, like it happened with me. It happened several times, but when I use DLSS and DLA, it doesn't crash.
Spiderman, got a minute? Got a call with the precinct up ahead and the line cut out. We gotta get through to set up triage.
On it, Chief. Still got work to do.
Now I'm playing on 2K, 180Hz, DLSS and DLAA frame gen turned on, and you can see that on max setting it's running pretty good. There isn't any stuttering, the frame rate is very high. The lowest FPS I've hit was 160 when it was very intensive during fight, but it only lasts for like a few seconds and then it goes back to 170, 175. Sometimes it's 180. I'd say most of the time when you're exploring it's 180, but if you're like very high up where there's no much detail, there isn't much power to be used, then the FPS goes over 200 to 220 or even sometimes 230, so that's pretty high. For a 180Hz monitor, I think that's good enough, and there isn't any stuttering, so that's a good thing. The thing I noticed is that the CPU usage is a little higher. I'd say it's like 190, 90 to 88, which is higher than how it was with DLSS and DLA turned off. But despite that, I have not faced any stuttering. I think that DLA and DLSS is kind of fixing that, so I would say if you're playing with DLSS and DLA on, This game does not require you to have a better CPU than 5600. For me, it's good enough playing this game with DLSS and DLAA on because there isn't any stuttering that I can feel. Alright, thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.
You're not gonna win.
Enjoy.
Okay, the new app is compiling. I figured as long as we're at it, we might as well give it an upgrade.
We don't need anything fancy. We just need to see citizen reports.
Totally. While the patch is updating, we should widen the net. Let's check in with Miles.
Over there. She was having trouble breathing.
Miles, you busy?
What do you need?
Get to the roof of that building nearby.
Yo, you sounded stressed earlier. You doing okay?
Yeah, there's just a lot going on, and I'm hungry, and the vending machine only has those plain low-sodium table crackers.
Oh man, that sucks.
I'll manage. Hey, so I'm finally doing that app upgrade I've been talking about, with a little help from my friends. That's a brilliant pun that doesn't make sense to you yet, but it will in a minute.
Okay, I'm here.
There should be a launcher somewhere around there.
I don't see anything that looks like a launcher. Maybe it's under the sand? Okay, I see the launcher. Now what?
You're gonna 3D print a friend.
I get it now. FRND. Let me guess. Friendly Relay Network drone.
Close, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is that it uses spatial and temporal correlated signals.
Over-the-air computation? You're a genius, Genki.
Oh, you. I marked a path for optimal network stability. If you stay in the path, we'll get a stronger signal. Okay, local network is connected. New crime report.
I see it. On my way.
Boys said Spiderman was at the gun club. Gotta move before he gets here.
Hey, need a hand? Lost your keys? There's a locksmith up the street. All of you guys are for one armored car? Seems like overkill. What if instead of stealing you, I don't know, tried to help rescue people?
Spider-Man's going down!
See? I'm downtown helping Gloria at Feast. Oh, have you met with Mr. Sumida?
No.
Que dijimos? Spiderman isn't going to get you into college.
I'll make it, Ma. Promise. Gotta run.
Enough of this! Bring in the big guns!
Big guns?